I give up on guessing.
31 euro.
Wow.
31?
This is a feast.
Oh my.
Alright guys, we are outside now and we're going to go for our little walking tour. And before we start, I just wanted to explain to you guys what had happened. We had got to the square, we were going to go on a food tour today, and the food tour company said they didn't have room for us, they canceled. So we were going to go on our own and find all the foods. Our first stop was in the main square here in town, and when we got there, this guy came up to me and said, "Do you speak English?" I said, "A little bit." He said, "Are you from London?" I said, "No, why?" He said, "Because I'm looking for 2 people who speak English from London." And apparently they were his tour for the day, but they had not shown up. So just jokingly, I said, "All right, we'll come with you." So we started talking with him, and we told him where we were going, what we were looking for. And he says, "Oh, my brother works at that restaurant that's on there, on your list." So he was going to walk us there, just show, introduce us to his brother. And then when we got there, he says, I offered to go for the tour with him. I said, "All right, well, how much for the tour?" So he said, "I'll take you guys for $50 for the day, show you all the sites on your list plus some more." And he said, it's not a food tour, but we'll throw in some food that you want to find. When we sat down at that restaurant, Alyssa and I ordered like 2 things that were on our list that we wanted. Before we knew what happened, there was 8 to 10 dishes coming. And some were okay, most of them were really delicious. We got the bill just now. It was $31, including a shot of Rocky, which is like a Turkish jet fuel, I guess. A couple of beers, a couple of sodas, bottle of water, and like I said, at least 5 main dishes and 5 appetizers. Endless bread. It only came out to $30, $32. So I don't know how the hell we're gonna go on a walking tour right now. I'm freaking stuffed, but we're gonna head out now and try to find some history. Woo, and some Tums. So last night about midnight, Alyssa and I were just getting into bed. And all of a sudden outside our apartment window there was just explosions going off. And loud explosions. Thought the world was gonna end. Went on for about a good 5-10 minutes. We tried to put some footage in. I think she caught some of it on the balcony.
It's midnight on a Sunday, and these people are shooting off fireworks. You can see the smoke right on the other side of this building. They must be doing it like right in the square down the street from us.
We didn't know what was going on, but the ground wasn't shaking, so we weren't too worried, and it ended. When I came out this morning, I had to figure out what it was. I asked this guy, I said, what the hell was that last night? Who the hell shoots off explosions like that? He says, "Oh, Milan won some major soccer game." And there's a lot of Italy fans here, so they were celebrating at midnight, blasting off fireworks, shaking apartment buildings and everything. And as you can see behind me now, they're setting up. In 2 days, Albania is hosting some big World Cup thing or another. So now we know when there's a soccer game, don't try to get any sleep that night. So the main square with the gentleman on the horse, that is Skrattenberg, and he is a national hero, helped unite the country, north and south, and he just gave us a really good history lesson there, but he really didn't want to talk on film too much, so I didn't want to pressure him into that. But now we're heading off.
In Tirana now, not more than something about 6 years ago, we have 2 new entry museums. They are called Bankart 1 and Bankart 2.
A castle back here behind us, and it's mostly all gift shops and ice cream shops and things like that now. So he was just telling us that in the next 2 years, the World Bank and the UNESCO sites and all them got together, and they're planning on rebuilding that castle starting 2 years from now. And it's just going to be tourists, for tourism. They'll take out, I guess, some of the gift shops and pizza places. The guide was just explaining to me that this is the biggest mosque in the Balkans. It holds over 2,300 people capacity, and it was just built 4 years ago by Erdogan, who is the leader of Turkey. Apparently, people here do not like him, just like the people of Turkey don't like him. I don't want to get too much into the politics of it, but he's kind of destroying Turkey and spreading all his wealth around the neighboring countries, trying to get more influence there. And it kind of shows. I mean, here, like I said, this is the biggest mosque, and it's sitting right in front of the Parliament building, which is like a third the size of the mosque. So, something to know. Whenever I get a chance to interview some of the locals, I always ask some of the same questions, like, how's your education system here? And he explained to me that the education is free up until high school. After high school, you got to pay. I asked about the health care. He said basically anything major happens to you, the government can cover 60%. You're left with the other 40%. And he said that most of the people, when they graduate, they don't join the military. It's not an obligation here. And ever since the communists left, you know, it's very little interest in joining the military, so not too many people do that. Let's see, he was just telling us about the elections. It's once every 5 years, but he explained that the prime minister has more power here than the president, because the prime minister decides who the president is as the leader of the party, whether it's socialist or democratic. So you're basically voting for the party here, and then the party chooses which leader they want to represent them after they're in power already. So this bridge here that Alyssa's walking over was here from the days of the castle. Now the castle has been ruined, but the bridge is still here, and it's pretty historic and important to the people. There's no water under anymore, because in 1925, when the Italians came and helped design the city of Tirana, they didn't like the S-shaped river that was running through the middle of the city. They felt it was useless, so they straightened the river, moved the river over there, and now the water's over there, and the bridge is just here as a symbol of the past. Still in pretty good shape though.
Now this is the Mother Teresa. The parents of Mother Teresa was born here in Albania.
Just the mosque that was over by the square with the
One
statue.
mosque, this
That's
mosque
the
more.
old one.
Church is there. Call it because it's
into a bunch of miners who were killed, and that's why it looks like a mine. And over here on this side, we've got a chunk of the Berlin Wall, which was donated about 7 years ago to Tirana. So you can see the Berlin Wall here, and then these were some bunkers from back in the communist days, just like the one we saw over there. These were much smaller. These were for people, individuals, whereas the ones on the other side was more for the government. That's why it's in the middle of the parliament and all over there. All right, so that first mosque that we showed you guys, we'll put it up here, is pretty much the only mosque around. There's two others in the country, and there's two other churches in the country that are from pre-communist times. That was all that existed then. Since then, though, they've been popping up all over, like the new one we showed you there. All right, guys, so there will be no McDonald's World Tour here in Albania. They do have KFC and Burger King and a couple of other Western restaurants. Not too many, though, but a few. The problem being, why you'll see no McDonald's, is when a foreign company comes here to do business, the government gives them 4 years of tax-free break for 4 years. McDonald's said they would come here, but demanded 10-year tax break, and the government just said, no, that's just not going to happen. So McDonald's pulled out and refuses to come here now. I'm being summoned into a bar. Let me see what's going on here.
We left our guide that we found this morning.
More like he left us, I think.
Yeah.
He saw a shisha bar and said, hey, these two guys, we're going to stop our
Drop
tour
them off.
here, which is all right with us.
Yeah, we told him we enjoy smoking shisha, so he left us here to enjoy this. We've been here for what, an hour and a half or so? And our next stop, we're gonna go find a bakery because there's a couple different treats I'd like to try here. You know, I love my sweets, so I think we're gonna hit that up next. We're just finishing up here.
After that giant meat breakfast we had, I'm not even looking for
Oh
dinner
my
right
gosh.
now. I'm ready to just eat some sweets and head back to the room, I think, after this. Maybe 1 or 2 more stops on the way home. I gotta say though, we came to Albania with no expectations. I mean, put it into Google, things to do, and it's really not a highlight of the trip we thought. But since we've gotten here, even today, we started out thinking it was going to be a bust. We got canceled from the food tour. We just went, we were going to do our own thing, and it turned into an absolutely incredible travel day
Awesome
today.
day.
One of the best on the trip so far. We just had a blast here in this little city. The tour that we ended up taking was great. A lot of our own stuff got thrown in, so it was more personal to us. We had a lot of fun on this trip. We saw the Greek consulate is here, and we saw the Albanian consulate. The president was getting in his car, so that was pretty interesting to see all the security and everything around. But on the 2 days from now, they're having a giant, the soccer finals are here, the world finals are here, so they're shutting the city down basically. So it's a good time for us to get out of here tomorrow before the madness really starts. It's already starting though. You can see all the tourists are pulling in, and it's Rome versus someplace, Rotterdam in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of the people from the Netherlands here and a lot of people from Italy here, and it's gonna get rowdy I think in the next day or two, so it should be fun tonight at least.
He said even the locals can't leave their house unless they have a ticket. Like they're gonna totally shut down the street and everything from like 5 a.m. till all the way later that night.
Yeah, it's a big event here. We saw they were setting up in the square before, and it looks like it's going to be a party. So we might not even get much sleep from our room tonight. They're going to be doing fireworks again.
Gosh, I hope not. So last night before we went out, I researched everything that I wanted to see today, and he hit pretty much every single thing that I had planned on Google. So, I mean, that was great. We also got the history from him. You know, I didn't get all that history from Google, so I'm glad we ran into him. That was a pleasant surprise.
The thing was fun, the most fun I think about him was he was as interested in asking me questions about America, whether it be guns, politics, you know, all the stuff that goes on there.
Yeah.
So I think it was just as much fun for him, you know, drilling us with questions. So we had a lot of fun. It was good. And I told you a bunch of the stuff that he showed us. It was real informative. We had a good time today.
And it's his own company, so it was nice supporting, you know, somebody that's trying to start their own business.
A+ travel day. Loved it.
Yep. And we will put his link down below in case you guys want to check him out. He was really good.
All right, guys, so we're back in the square now where we planned on starting our video this morning. So we're just gonna wrap it up here, I guess, and we'll show you guys this famous statue of the horse. And Skradingrad is his name?
Yeah.
He's a Albanian hero, helped unite the North and the South. And his statues are all over the city, and his face is on the money. So we'll show you that statue, and then we're just gonna grab some dessert and head back to the room. So maybe we'll see you at the bakery. All right, a little bonus footage for you. We're gonna make the princess happy. Oh, those look delicious. Those look delicious. This cabinet looks like diabetic nightmare. Gelato.
Pretty traditional. This one too? Oh, olive. Okay, sorry. I have one of those. And what's in this one?
Cherry.
Cherry? This one?
Apple.
Apple? Okay, can I get one of those?
Level 5. Alright guys, here's a little tour of our room, our apartment. We're staying at the Centrum Hotel in the city center in Tirana, Albania. And
It's only $29, $30 a night.
yeah, $29 a night, and you get out of the elevator.
They give you one key to get in.
Yep, which is open. It's the first time it's been open since we've been here. And it's not much of a room, but the Wi-Fi is great, super fast. And the AC works good. We do have a cable and TV and all that. So here we are. We got a little tiny bed. Well, comfortable. Lots of pillows. We do have a balcony.
A spacious balcony.
And a bathroom.
So we are just a little bit tired, so we came back to the room with our treats here. I don't know how to pronounce the names, so I'll put them down below as I show you them. This one, whoop. I got these two things here. This one is very sticky, like that other one there.
And I just got cookies.
Chocolate dip cookie.
Filled with some sort of fruit paste.
All right, she said this one's filled with apple, so I'll start with this one first. All right, there you go. It's not too bad. Not. It's very mild. Like, not a lot of stuffing in there.
I'm not a big fan of dark chocolate, but it was good.
You want me to eat the dark chocolate on this other one?
We need both of them, if you'd like.
All right, now I'll try this one. I love dark chocolate. I'm trying to figure out the paste on the inside. What?
We
Did
should
you
have
see
did
that?
this on her side of the bed.
It looks like honey almost. I'll clean it up. Don't worry. You know I'm the cleaner. Not as good as the first one. All right, this one. Ooh.
There's so much syrup, it's stuck to the box.
Pretty much. Oh, my finger's gonna be so sticky after this. Half of it got left behind.
It is a sponge for syrup. Not overly sweet though. It's good, but rich.
It's like there's like walnuts in it or something.
Sugar overload.
I think the walnuts mellow it out. I like that one. I'll probably finish that one off. And this is another one that is super sticky. You can see it all on the side there. We didn't get a fork or a spoon, so we're gonna make a mess probably. It looks just like the other one, but like this one's like legit more of a sponge cake. It looks like this was a cookie that was put in syrup, and then this one's just like cake in syrup.
Oh.
Orange.
My God, there's so much juice to that. Well, that was
Woo.
enough for me. Whew.
That one is so sweet.
Crazy.
Crazy sweet, yeah. It's definitely not the worst desserts that I've eaten in the world. They're alright. So, the first one I got, that little apple thing, was delicious. I'll say 10 out of 10. I could probably eat 3-4 of those. This cookie with the syrup here, I'd say 8 out of 10 on that. His, I didn't really care for yours. I would say 3 or 4 out of 10 for that. This one, I'd probably never get this again. That's way too dense for me. So I'll give this a 3 out of 10. All right, that is the end. We are gonna go get a shower and get ready for our next country. Tomorrow morning we head out to our 32nd country. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have anything to say, leave it down in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video. Oh, but don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one. You want to shut it off? I'm too sticky.